All right, check. Clothes. Draco, say something in the mic.
Y'all too old to be sharing clothes. If you over the age of 22, 21, and you got a job or something, get your own damn clothes. Damn.
Can you
find your own style?
Can you pull the mic back a little bit so you can sit back?
Can't people start sharing clothes? No.
This not getting cut. You mad? All right.
Sorry, I just need somebody sharing clothes.
What's up?
This is Draco.
And this is Uhhlicia.
And you're now tuned in to OD
Podcast. Oh. Period. Hey, Pooh.
What's up, daughters? The daughters.
Y'all have officially been named.
The daughters. Should it be D-O-R-D-A or D-A-W-T-A-H? Daughters.
I like daughter.
Daughter.
So you can say daughter, but I'm saying people can pronounce daughter. You know the way it's spelled.
What's up, daughter? My daughters.
That's my daughter. They're
okay.
My churn.
My churn. Okay.
Y'all like churn. Daughters. Okay. I like that.
What's on?
What's going on? What wrong with her?
Man. Let me just say, I don't know what's going on with Atlanta traffic within these past 48 hours. Actually, longer. Because Trump came Friday.
He did. I dodged that.
The last 72 hours, almost 72 hours, get it together. Because if this is how the summer traffic about to look, I'm moving. Well, period. I don't care.
But you know the thing is, this is my issue, my beef with Atlanta. They not adding new highways, but they add new high rises. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, like expand the road.
Listen, in Midtown, you can't even see the skyline no more because it's so they adding to it.
It's crowded
and it's blocking out. No, for real.
They better hope no tornado come through.
Well, they say that a tornado is actually best in an area like that with a lot of business because it can break the wind.
That is true. I have heard that it's supposed to be on like flat land.
So maybe they're trying to protect us.
I'm not going.
Or entrap us.
What I'm finna say? What the trade? Oops. What rappers be saying? I ain't going.
Do they be saying that?
Yeah, that's what who posted it the other day. Was it Meek Mill? Somebody ain't going. I ain't going. I be saying that all the time.
That's what Kenneth Petty said when they tried to lock him up.
I ain't going. I ain't going mean like I ain't going for it. So it's like a shorter verse. So they be like, oh, she ain't going.
You know what rapper / hood quote I really like? I don't know why. I really like saying, you must think I'm green. And I don't even know why. When I first started hearing that, like I get it, but like why? Some of the slang just be so like.
I love it.
Y'all must think I'm green. Not our daughters, but everybody else.
They must think I'm chopped liver.
Chopped liver, yeah. I dealt with a lot of traffic too. Air traffic control this week.
The traffic has just been ruining my life. Like I was like an hour and a half late for a client yesterday.
Oh yeah,
I'm never late like that ever. That made me so sad.
You think that's gonna make her like turn away from coming to you?
Well, unlike most people, I take out $25 when I'm late.
That's good.
Because if they late, I add $25, so I gotta charge myself. So
have you had to do that before? Charge somebody late fee? I feel like that's such an awkward.
Well,
moment.
It depends on the situation.
Yeah.
To be honest, like I'm a fair person. It depends on the situation, and it depends on what type of mood I'm in too. But if I got like 7 clients back to back and you late, I give you a 20-minute grace period because of traffic. But other than that, like I'm charging. I'm sorry.
No, that makes sense.
Because if I'm late, y'all gonna complain. So no.
But people never look at it that way though. They feel like they can be late, and then when it's your turn to be late, they gotta blast you on social media.
Blast me, sis, because I got a whole policy on my website. I'm gonna post. Shout out to me, shouting out. I just want to bring something to the light, to the OD podcast one time. I need y'all to go on Cartier art page and tell them to bring me my money.
Oh, he finally posted. I see you posted.
Yeah, I did. I posted him, so I'm going to troll him until he send me my money.
I don't think he going to send it.
I understand, but I'm going to make sure that nobody else buy nothing. Not they'll follow me anyway.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Block his name out. Actually, don't. I want people to know. Thief. And apparently not to just me. He stole a lot of people the money.
Yeah,
anyway, that's neither here nor there.
That's the problem. But yeah, so man, this week I finally am. Honestly, I think I'm kind of officially done unpacking.
Okay.
I'm not really done decorating. There's a couple things I want to do, but I do want to have like a little social at my house, maybe like an ice cream party. and with some, I mean, more than ice cream, but you know, I love ice cream. But yeah, I'm just really proud of my little place. I think it's really cute, and it
is really nice. I really do like this is like,
thank you,
an ideal space for me too. To be honest, I would.
I'm not accepting any roommate applications, but
I'm saying by myself. I'm not accepting no more roommate applications. What do you mean?
Period. No, you're right. You know what's so funny? So when I had my very first condo, it was too small, and I was like, I don't want no more flat condos. Like I was just like, I need a town because it was so tight that I was like, I need more space. But I realized it's just the floor plan that really matters because this could have easily been smaller, but the way it's made is just kind of adds a little kick to it.
It go off.
Thank you. And I'm also glad that we record in the living room instead of the sunroom too, because initially that's what we were gonna record at, but I feel like it's a little bit more cozy in here.
Teachers on. I'm just playing now. But I unintentionally started spring cleaning today. This is partially of the reason why I was late because I was just exhausted.
I cut my date short for recording. Y'all.
Oh,
I did. I had to get ice cream by myself.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you gonna get coronavirus or what?
I hope I don't got it, cause
I just washed my hands when I came in.
I went to the motherland of Corona on the West Coast.
But no, I ain't even mean to wake up and do that. But I just turned on me a Netflix series, and I just been going. I haven't gotten rid of no clothes yet, but I've been like just straightening up my room. I ordered a new bed yesterday.
Hey, a bed is a great investment.
Yeah, let me tell you something. I think that's partially of the reason why I'm always so tired too. I be thinking it's because of me, but I think it's my bed. So I got a new bed coming, and it'll be here next week. And then next, I'm about to order a new dresser, or at least something. I think I want to kind of get rid of my dresser and just do under the bed storage.
Yeah, that's what I do.
To make more room in there.
I think it's a good idea. It is going to be a shift in like your routine though, because like for me right now, this is not a brag. I have 3 closets in my bedroom, and so I have like it sectioned off like what's in which. That's inconvenient a little bit, and then I have like these little drawer sets that fit in my closet under the shelves that I put my underclothes in. Mm-hmm. But I do like the organization that a dresser brings, like with the TV, because I'm not mounting my TV in my bedroom. I mount it somewhere else, but it's just like a little bit more that you can do. But I agree. I think that's a nice idea, and it frees up so much space not having a dresser in your room.
Yeah, that's all good. I'm gonna get rid of some stuff. I'm gonna order some new clothes, but that's for vacation. I'm so ready. First of all, let me just tell y'all that I got 2 vacations coming up.
You don't sound excited.
I'm just in my chill mode. Can I have my Sunday?
My bad. Let me mind my business in my house.
She my daughter.
No, I'm not. I'm the hoster.
Yeah, I mean, she does the daughter. Anywho, but yeah, I got a longer day now, so it's gonna be light because today's daylight savings.
Thank you, Jesus. I ain't gonna lie to you. I actually really love. My favorite time of the year is when the sun goes down late. Like it's just peak season.
Okay. So also, guys, a lot of I'm just gonna make a little note. A lot of our episodes are gonna be pre-recorded, and at first I was kind of like on the fence about talking about certain topics because of them being pre-recorded. But I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos that have recently been uploaded this week. Like I watched Jackie Aina and Makeup Shayla because those are like the top 2 black makeup. You know, they keep me up on the trends basically, and they, and they be uploading stuff from December and it's March.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
But see,
they was uploading like stuff from.
They just have backlog of content. That's what's up. Well, look,
so I feel bad.
We can do like 10 in a week and take some months off. It's nothing.
That's what I'm saying. So if y'all be kind of behind on certain stuff, I feel like that's not bad. I mean, at least you can still hear our views on certain stuff.
I still, honestly, for real, I listen to old, like when I catch up on, when I find a new podcast, I catch up and they talk about old subjects, and it is interesting to hear their perspective on it, even though it's already passed, because you can now compare it to whatever the update is.
So yeah, I just want to make that disclaimer.
But it's also cool to have it in the moment. But I totally agree. I understand what you mean. That's interesting though from December. But they in such a place that they don't care. Okay,
yeah, it'd be like trends that but it'd be new to me. But they recorded back in December. I'm like, dang, y'all just not uploading it. Makes me wonder how long does it take to actually edit them videos,
honey. And they actually put details in them. I don't like that.
Yeah, Jackie Aina be putting like memes in hers. I love her videos.
Yeah, they are.
Shayla is cool. I love her. I'm trying to find more black people to watch on YouTube. It's another girl. I think you pronounce her name Naima. She's like really.
You should check out OD Podcast.
I'm
sorry.
Maybe I could just go in there. But anywho, if y'all know any more beauty bloggers, put me on game. Some drag queens too. I watch a lot of drag queen videos too because I be wanting to do like a lot of dramatic makeup.
I wanted to finish your sentence, but I was going to let you own up to it.
Okay.
So, what's going on in the news?
Let's start off, since it's Women's Month.
Period.
Let's just do Black Women's Month, but I just went out. I'm just joking.
Well, I get it.
The girls are irate on social media because Kylie Giselle Knowles.
Oh my! Don't even give her that. I cannot believe 2 days in a row.
So people get so mad at me because I laugh at stuff like that, but I don't think that her intention was to look like Beyonce.
What is it then?
And this may sound so
like Beyonce.
Green. I may be so green. Am I using that right?
We're gonna find out.
When I saw it, I initially thought of Chloe.
I literally thought it was Beyonce both times.
Dang. See, I ain't really. I think it's because I know my
Especially
queen. I know what my queen looked like.
The one with the crimped hair?
The green?
I don't know what she had on, but she looked like Beyonce.
I get it. I honestly do. Like,
the
after somebody said, I'm like, okay, the hair.
That at all. That's my thing. This is my thing. This is going to always be my thing. I don't mean to yell a little bit. They know where to get the conversation started. They doing all this on purpose, and that's whatever, more power to you. But they do so many things that just so happen to be like this. That is not a coincidence. It's not. Yeah. And I'm not here for it.
I'm not with the braids, because I know Kim had those braids. I'm not really with that.
If she would have just did the braids she just had, I might have gave her a pass. Just because I can see plaits. But if she had never did the other braids before,
she was paying homage to Pop Smoke.
No, she wasn't.
I'll just play. The thing with me about it is, and I don't want to give them no extra credit in what they got because obviously people really get that's a really sensitive subject, especially in the Black community. But I think that what makes me not take it that seriously sometimes, like especially with the braids, like recently, I think I talked about this on a previous episode. Mm-hmm. As of recently, I just understood why 100% people get offended by that, and I agree.
By non-Black people wearing those kind of
braids. Non-Black people wearing braids. Mm-hmm. But what I do not appreciate though is that as soon as they do something like her wearing those braids, I promise to everything I love. I saw so many Black influencers and Black Instagram girls and Instagram models. No, they just literally the next day went to the braid shop and got them.
Really?
I can send you 5 people that legit went and got those same exact braids, and it's like, of course they did. I'm not saying that she came up with the braids,
but it's like that style. Yeah,
that's what I'm getting at. Like she influences a lot of stuff, and it's like she didn't make it up, but when she do it, it becomes a thing.
I don't like
and
that,
it's
though.
Weird. It is kind of weird.
It wouldn't, and I really don't hate them that much. But I really just don't like that they are influencing styles that they were influenced to do.
Yeah.
I just think
But to think about it, is it really their fault? Because they're not hypnotizing people to be like, hey,
yeah, but there's a such thing as intent.
Yeah.
And they're all grown. They know how to work the social media stuff. They know exactly what they're doing.
I agree.
I mean, they literally can change the lock on their door, and they know that people gonna start getting the lock on them doors. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's cool to have that kind of impact. But me as a Black woman, I can't even imagine going around like trying to doing. I would be very cautious about doing things that I know are apply to a specific culture, especially as frequently as they do. All of them. You know what I'm saying? It's just so many things, and it's not I didn't know. It's like, okay, y'all are trolling the whole goddamn community.
It's crazy. I don't know. It's almost at this point. It's like it's nothing that they can really do that. in my opinion, that people won't be offended by it. Like, they can literally whatever. Because I'm like, because even before Kylie posted that picture the week before, I said, oh, she actually looks white, kind of. When she was on her trip, she had like white girl styles.
I did see that. Yeah.
Like,
now she's a Carter. Like, what's going on?
So then she just bust out. She said, boom, Tom Ford me down, baby. With my green. I was dying. It was the second picture for me the next day when she went.
Like, you tried to be Beyonce 2 days in a row.
The second day was so funny because I said, now I think this is a troll because she legit had on the same thing. Like, it was like head to toe.
It's not a coincidence, man. It's literally, and the thing is, Beyonce might be in on it because Beyonce like her now.
You know what? And I was talking to somebody about that yesterday because I'm like, y'all speak for this lady like y'all just have conversations with her, but Beyonce don't dislike them. Like, I mean, I understand that people probably want her to because they love Beyonce, but realistically, she probably don't have no problem with them. She probably don't fool with them like that because of the negative, negativity around their family. A lot of stuff that be going on that she not really with. Like,
I mean,
I can't see Beyonce being tied to.
One thing I commend is the ability to start an uproar without saying a single word. I commend that. Because the thing is, they probably are the coolest people to be around. We'll never know.
Yeah.
But I just think that doesn't help the situation when they out here stirring up mess and then going back to sleep. Like, all right, job done. You know, have you ever posted a picture and you know it's going to get a lot of likes and you just be like, I'm going to put my phone down.
I just be expecting people to ignore it. I think
because
I think that if they don't say anything, if we don't say anything, they won't get any notoriety off of it or get noticed out of it. But everybody, it don't matter what type of, like, you can get negative press and it'll still work in your favor.
Absolutely.
Every time.
But this is the thing. People are getting notoriety off of commenting on them trying to get notoriety. So it's never going to be a just ignore it type of thing. It's just not possible. And when you think about the grand scheme of social media, we're not talking about mature individuals. Like I said, we're talking about kids, teenagers, old folks, grandma, auntie, blogs. You know what I'm saying? It's just not possible. They're going to get the attention no matter what they do.
That's why they said, whatever, just do it. Let's go.
I know. It's just is a ripple effect. That's the part I don't like. And I mean, now obviously she got black kids, so she could be like, oh, me and Northie, we're gonna get the same hairstyle. Yeah. But sis, oh my God, I just can't. I just can't. Honestly, I love being my black self so much. I just can't imagine like intentionally trying to do things in another culture. Like, I wouldn't even wear like a kimono. I don't even know if and I know that there are certain occasions where you can dress up like that and it's like understood, but I just don't even know if I would feel comfortable doing that.
Yeah, I was corrected because it was, who was it? I don't know who it was, but I was saying that I was trying to make a point, basically saying that I don't like if we're gonna complain about people wearing braids and African memorabilia, all this other stuff. Do not put on kimonos. Don't wear all that type of stuff. And somebody had a kimono on, and like chopsticks in their hair. And I'm like, that could be kind of disrespectful to a certain culture.
Yeah.
If you feel if it's disrespectful for you, if people do that,
like, your culture should not be considered fashion, and that's what we have been trying to preach as a black culture. But you're right, people go out there, they wear kimonos.
We shouldn't do that either. So you have to kind of practice what you preach. Like, you can't really, like, black people don't own everything now. You can't, just because, I just feel like black people are very aggressive. In a good way sometimes, but we can be very aggressive. Is that the word?
Yeah, we're gonna use that word.
Aggressive is
well. I think that because I think about this often. I think that the reason why it comes off that way is because we are old so much that we take everything personal.
There we go. So I'll take that back.
Because I feel like
I'll be saying words sometimes that I don't 100% mean, but y'all get
I know
what
you
I'm
mean.
I
think that we deserve so much more respect that we don't get from this country or this world, that we want to own everything until y'all finally give us our just due. And I don't think that's going to happen. So we just going to keep demanding 100% credit for every single thing, because black culture does influence everything.
Girl, they was chumping me off when I said that on Twitter about the kimono and stuff. Because it was her.
Her?
The singer her. She had on a kimono. No, she had a kimono on and something else for the BET Awards. So I posted and I said, I don't think that it's fair that we get to say certain things about that, but then y'all turn around and do stuff like this, and the girls was just like, well, certain patterns and certain styles of kimonos and this aren't looked at as disrespectful.
Well, which ones is it so we can know? Because I think a lot of this stuff also comes from lack of education. So educate me. But see, for me, it's still too touchy because am I really about to do that kind of research to wear an outfit that I know that my culture doesn't own? Let me just put on a hoodie or something like that.
Yeah, like I don't understand.
It's a catch-22 because I get it. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, but the thing is, if y'all would have never did this to black folks, we wouldn't have this conversation. So
now that I agree with.
If history would have never occurred the way that it did, then things would be so much more. People would really truly own their culture, and it wouldn't even be a case. But now it's a competition, and so it's like, who owns this? Who does this belong to? Who started this? It's just like we'll never have the recognition that we're looking for. Or we might. Let me not say that we might not get it from who we want it from right now. But I just don't think. It's just a touchy situation, man. So I'm just gonna stay black and be the best black person I can be.
I'm just glad I was born black, so I could say nigga. Sorry, everybody wants to say nigga so bad. Baby.
But and they say it so.
Bad baby.
I could not find that video. They must took it down.
So let me tell you something. Atlanta Records do not play no games.
Well, my thing is, and this is another thing. This is one. Oh God, I love social media so much. She is literally famous for being abusive and disrespectful.
Yeah.
And she's doing this now, and it's such a shocker. It's like, y'all made her this. Like, y'all brought her here.
She actually never changed throughout the whole thing. She
got more polished.
Yeah, she came out the gate like this, so.
Yeah, you're right. And she's literally not even 18. And that's another thing. It's like, oh my God. The internet is raising her, and she's now speaking on subjects that a teenager her age shouldn't even be thinking about because of the internet. You know what I'm saying? Like, the conversation and the drama that she's having, it's like, girl, go back to recess. I don't like it. I don't
These
like
folks
it.
don't even be in high school still, child.
You get what I'm saying? So, what's next? All right, so the baby. Listen, I love the baby, but I can't.
This is ridiculous. Like, he not gonna. I don't mean to put that on him. They let men get away with a lot, but realistically, like, he won't have a long career if he keeps putting his hands on people. And that's sad because
he's so talented. I can't. I'm just honestly this last situation, like the first couple. Okay, so the one where he knocked out the Cam Cold Hard dude. Okay, cool, I get it. Okay, he killed somebody in self-defense. Okay, cool, I get it. And then it's just like every other week, and it's like you ain't. It's they fault every time, and it's only happening to you. Mm-hmm. I don't get it.
Every week.
It's like, bro, you better be glad that self-defense charge was the first thing that happened. Because if all this other stuff would have occurred and then that would have happened, they might have looked at it differently. It would have felt like he was the aggressor. You know what I'm saying?
Child.
Yeah, I don't like it, honestly. And I love the baby's music, but I will, on God, I will stop supporting him. Because I can't with it. It's not cool.
And then last night or the night before last, somebody was shooting at the baby.
Oh, and Lil'Baby concert. I saw that.
That was crazy.
Oh my God, it's ghetto out here.
It's hood in these streets. At this point, I'm ready to just support female rappers. What you think?
I mean,
happy Women's
bite your
Day.
tongue.
I'm just playing.
Let me tell you something. Another thing too. Speaking of the baby, this is what happened when y'all put people on a pedestal. What's going on with his baby mama? All this drama. This is why I be sitting there eating my food when somebody cool come on the scene. I am not about to get them their roses on the first time they step into the garden. All this mess. It's like, Jesus, y'all think everything's so cool and stuff. It's just, all right, anyway.
Yeah.
All right, so
I'm making an exception for Doja Cat though. Even though I've been liking Doja Cat for a minute.
Well, I don't know. She got some drama?
Nah. Well, she had a little bit of drama, but whatever. They found some old tweets. You know how they do.
Oh, God. Come on, y'all. Delete me as a regular person deleted a whole account. Like, come on.
I never understand, like, why people be doing that, you know?
So Meg Stallion is in a situation with her record label. 3 things. Yeah, I know I'm going to say 2. So, I don't know anything about record contracts, but I know about job offers.
Okay.
And one thing I would assume is that when an offer is made to you, it is based on the unknown. You look like you have this potential. Here go a check and see what happens. And I am living proof right now that you cannot go back and renegotiate that.
Yeah.
In some cases you can. So let me not say that. In some cases you can. But it's not always the case. It's always something that it needs to be done for it to be mutually beneficial for you and the company. So I guess in Megan's case, she signed a contract. She said she read over it. She didn't understand the terms. She has a management team that pointed out something. She wanted to renegotiate her contract. Now, from what I've heard from from industry professionals, quote unquote, they're saying that not only is her contract standard, it's also somewhat premium, and she really doesn't have the space to renegotiate a contract. She hasn't put out her first album. Now, in this era of social media, it's kind of tough to even think about that because it's like, oh, she ain't put out no album yet because she put out all these projects. But back in the day, people would just have one hit single and they'll ride that single out for a year, 2 years.
I also think that we have just disassociated ourselves with the mixtape era because a lot of times back then rappers still released projects, but it was considered a mixtape.
Yeah, but now it all going Apple Music.
Yeah, you can make money off of it, which I think that people realistically, I think they should go back to calling it a mixtape so it won't get confusing because to me, coming from a person that listens to music a lot, I still don't understand the difference between an EP and an album.
Me either. EP, LP, loss prevention, executive producer, like what's up?
That's triggering.
No, I agree, man. And I feel like Drake, when he did Nothing Was the Same, that was the first time I saw that a mixtape. Because he had something, I don't know if it was Nothing Was the Same, but he had a project around that time that was a mixtape, but it was on Apple Music. Yeah. And I'm like, wait, so this not an album? And the next thing you know, live mixtape and that Piff just fell down the water well.
Yep. They don't do that no more, but I think they should go back to calling it a mixtape so we won't get
I totally agree, because City Girls Period was a mixtape and they called it that.
Yeah. Exactly.
And I still play it. So, this is the I really do feel bad for Megan, but this is obviously very common. So I hate that anybody in this point in life is still signing contracts that they don't understand. However, me knowing the predicament I was in years ago financially, if I was an artist and somebody gave me an opportunity to be famous and earn some money, I would have signed it too. I would just be like, this will put me in a way better situation I'm in. It might be jacked up. We'll figure that out later on. You know what I'm saying?
I think that it was just like the small details of her contract that really just kind of like made me look left because, I mean, obviously I work with celebrities a lot. I cannot tell you, I can't give you one celebrity that I've ever worked with out of maybe like 40 or 50 that, humble flex, but that's been on time. Her contract legit said that they fine her every time she's late to an appearance, late to a studio session, late to a lot of stuff. They fine her. So I'm like, whoa.
So I was listening to a podcast of someone else who read it, so I haven't read it myself.
Yeah.
But they were saying that out of the 40% that she gets out of the 60-40 split, she pays for her own studio time.
Pays for her own studio time. She pays for her own hair and makeup out of that. She pays for her own videos.
Is that honestly, and I don't know what that means in compared to other deals. And they said she owned 50% of her masters, which they also said is something that's not common. So it's not that bad, and it's also not that common. I don't know.
It's just like it's like some parts of it is like Gucci, but then it's just like why? Because my whole thing about it with record labels is that I understand that you put a lot of money into people. And it takes a lot of stuff to build an artist, but I think that 60% of somebody's earnings and that they're working for is entirely too much.
I would assume it was 50, and then also I think that
60-40 the other way. She gets 60, they get 40, and why
50,
does she
50.
have? Yeah, but especially if she's paying for all that out of her pocket.
Yeah. But you know, honestly, the thing about what I've noticed from the music industry and most entertainment avenues is it is all a business. You want to make it out here? Well, this is what we're going to do. Because I can tell you a whole lot of ways on how my last job wasn't paying me enough. And I was doing a lot of work.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And it was like, well, you don't want it? You want to get out of this? Well, go find another job.
Her hairstylist, Kellen, I used to work at his salon for like 8 or 9 months, and he had commission split. I did commission there because I was trying to build up my clientele once I was at Mac. I'm like, I need to start back working outside of Mac, so let me build up my clientele again. He did 60-40 commission split, which I kept 60, he kept 40, and he also provided products. So if I ran out of stuff, I ran out of lashes, glue, makeup, anything, he would replace it.
But that sounds like a good plan. But I just think that so much goes into building an artist. Like, these people have connections at radio stations and publicity platforms. I don't know, but I just know that this ain't the first or the last time that somebody's gonna have an issue with their deal. Yeah. And I just really hope that people can have more access to people that can genuinely and legitimately go over their paperwork and find out what's best for them. Because obviously it's not that simple. If somebody call you, Atlantic or whoever call you up, and they talking about all this cash money stuff, and you know that you love to rap and you need some money, and you don't want to keep working at wherever you was working at, sign me up. Because she was saying, like, she was taking care of her mama and stuff. Like, she wanted to have better for them, which is perfectly understandable. I get it. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's just, I don't even know what my opinion on this is. Honestly, I just hope that she gets what she deserves out of this. And I hope this is a learning lesson because it has gained so much notoriety. I hope that other people who are considering signing stuff, I hope that they also, you know, just think about this potential opportunity that could happen to them. And I just, you know, want everybody to get their money. Including me. But I do understand that somebody who is investing in you and give you the resources you didn't previously have, I can understand them wanting a bigger chunk. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you should sign a short-term contract or something like that. First couple years, first album, and then after that success, see what happens. Because what it seemed like happened, people become these one-hit wonders and they're in these 5-album contracts, and they don't even get to put another album out because whatever happened happened at the label, and now you just stuck.
Tinashe, JoJo, Kesha. Even look at Trina. Look at Trina's situation that she just recently got out of.
Juicy J, okay, a legend, was just in something. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I don't know. Yeah, I'm curious to know if people even need record labels these days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only because, especially dealing with our white counterparts.
True.
We need them because, well, our artists need them rather because we don't know. Well, a lot of us don't really know. I'm saying us like I'm an artist, but a lot of people, they don't really know how to get to radio stations and get on. Because a lot of reason why these artists are doing numbers that they're doing is because of
the machine behind them. Yeah, true.
So a lot of you have to have like a major label behind you to fund your song or songs to be on these playlists. That are on Apple Music, Spotify, all this other stuff. So when people play those playlists, I think you get streams just for even playing the playlist alone.
Oh, that's why Justin Bieber people were saying put his song on a playlist and put it on repeat.
Yeah. So all those playlists, because I hear a lot of artists talking about that. It was like, yeah, I got mine on the playlist and without a label, blah, blah, blah. They always be flexing like that. But
it's too much.
It's so much that it's just the fact that everything is so is digital now. Nobody's going in the store to buy it. They're counting streams. Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah,
it sucks. But I mean, you know, I don't know where I was going with that.
No, I think we were talking about if people need labels or not. So you saying basically,
sorry, I had got off track,
and that makes sense. People who are artists and don't know anything about the industry, of course, they need somebody behind them. You're right. I guess I just assume that all these people just end up going viral and boom. But you need some professionals behind you to keep things afloat.
Record labels just are like
connections.
No, they iffy. Like you don't know if it's gonna be a good deal or a bad deal. But it just sucks that I'll be looking at certain things and I'm like, dang.
Only people who ain't complaining about their deals is QC.
It's QC and Cardi B. Cardi B ain't complaining about it. But you know what's so crazy though? People didn't expect her to do the numbers that she did, and I think that
has she put out any music lately?
No. Yeah, about that. I mean, I ain't trying to throw no shade, but a lot of people over there on that side, they keep dropping stuff and it's flopping. Because don't nobody even realize that Migos just put out a whole new song like 2 weeks ago.
I did see that, but only because I probably went on this Sweetie rabbit hole or something. Found it.
Yeah, and she was in the video.
Oh, yeah, that's what it was.
Sweetie was in the video. Yeah, they got a whole new... I thought the song was going to blow up because it's Migos, Travis Scott, and Young Thug. What?
Dang, the power of promotion, man, because you would think that people would just automatically know that they had some of the stuff out.
And it's like, that didn't go nowhere. Offset's project didn't do nothing for real. Press kind of came and went. Cardi B song Press, that was her last single, and then she just got disappeared after that.
And Press ran through the ground thanks to Fashion Nova ads because they kept playing that junk.
And it just kind of like came and went. It was like
dang, Cardi. Well, I loved Invasion of Privacy. So please.
Yeah. Oh, I literally was thinking about that album on the way here because I have a since it's Women's Day, I got to play this on my iMusic, Apple Music. Whatever. Sorry. I got a playlist on my Apple Music called Pussy Power. and it's a whole bunch of female artists and some songs from Invasion of Privacy had came. I was like, dang, I really do miss that album. I remember when it came out.
I was on the way to work at like 6 o'clock in the morning shooting with my fingers. I was shooting tires out of everything. I was hearing
that album everywhere. Okay. Yeah, I really love that album. My favorite song, my favorite songs on the album that I still listen to this day. First of all, is Ring. Ring went the fuck off. That's my shit. I love
just
Ring.
Like Kylie.
Who, me?
Yeah,
I love Kylie.
I can tell.
But
you look like a Kylie.
I probably whatever. Everybody always picking me for being like a Kylie stan. Y'all don't like Kylie?
With her. I trust
Kylie is good. Okay.
Yeah, I think she's talented.
I love that song. I love Barty and Cardi, even though that was kind of old.
Big Head.
Big Head was cool. I like what song did I like on there? Dripping. What was the song?
You like the whole album? Married. Perfect. So what else we got on the?
I didn't like the whole album. It was
the whole thing.
I didn't like Through the Phone. That was the only song I didn't like.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't remember.
But I did like the whole album. You right? I liked it. I ain't like Through the Phone. That was the only one.
I'm sorry, Pooh.
But
what else we got going on? I mean, we really can go on and on about pop culture.
We can, but we not. Because we got a topic to talk about. My sister said she got something to say.
I got something to say.
And I'm going to piggyback on it because that's just the type of person I am.
Honestly, I this is a fact. I really try to not complain, right? I really do. I am somebody who I really try to understand both sides of functions before, having a strong opinion. But I've had a couple of reoccurrences, and I'm not pleased about it, okay? Now, I wrote a little note here. And it says, I really try not to make things about race, but it's hard not to, given this current environment. And that's a fact. Okay. One thing I will say, people, and I hate y'all for real, race stuff makes me feel uncomfortable. That's a fact.
Not me, girl.
I just don't like it because I just feel like people.
Facts are facts. You know why you feel like that? Because people be trying to make, white people be trying to make the victim playing, but you can keep going.
No, you're right. You know, for me, I always feel like no matter how much I explain, the other party does not understand, and that frustrates me. So I'm just like, all right, I don't want to talk about it no more. Just leave me alone. But no, honestly, so this is my issue, y'all. So at my previous job, we had a parking deck, right? And parking deck has stop signs. And there was a particular situation. Now this happened a lot, but this was the one that really made me want to just shoot everybody's tires out. Okay? Remember the right to bear arms? Okay, so there was me and a young lady who was walking the crosswalk that is designated for pedestrians, right? So she is a few feet in front of me, okay? But she's close enough to me to where the car that has just stopped at the stop sign sees us. Like, it's nothing, like, you better wait on both of us. Anyway, the girl in front of me crosses all the way across the street, and right when she steps her right foot on the sidewalk to go into the building, the girl at the stop sign hits the gas. Literally about to run over my goddamn feet. And I was so pissed off. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, I was just like, you did it on purpose. You had to. It was no reason for you to hit the gas at all. Like, she literally could have hit me. And this used to happen so much in the parking deck at my job. And I used to think like, oh my gosh, my coworkers are just so disrespectful. But no, I think it's because I think it's a race thing. I'm not, and I do feel that way. And there are times when I'm in traffic and I see stuff, and I'm just like, you're not going to stop? You don't see me? You're not going to use your signal?
They don't let people over. Don't let people over. And then don't even want to look at you in the face.
Let me tell you something. Look you in the face.
If you're going to be gangster like that and just not let nobody over. Yesterday, I got so mad. I know exactly what you're talking about. I got so fucking pissed off yesterday because traffic was horrible. And I'm coming down Peachtree in standstill traffic, and I purposely made room for cars to be able to turn in front of me into a building because why would I block it and I can't go nowhere?
It just makes sense. It's like,
why would I do that? So it's a guy trying to turn in front of me, and of course a lady on the right side of me is trying to like basically close it off for no reason at all. She can't go nowhere. The light ain't green.
It's like nothing. You don't even own the pavement.
And guess what race she was?
Not black.
I mean, because it just didn't make no sense, and I'm like, what is?
Man, there have been times where literally, I mean, I can't even explain it. Like, you basically are going to drive my car down to Chattahoochee. And it's so aggressive. And so, I mean, let me tell you something. So I have an example. So a job that I worked at 3 years ago, okay? Actually, almost 3 years to the date. There was a guy in my office who, honestly, I didn't know him, but you know me, I'm very friendly. I speak to literally everybody, and that's not even a stretch. So I would see this guy and I would speak, and he would look me into my brown eyes and not say a darn thing. And it was so weird. So the first time it happened, I thought that maybe he just didn't hear me or maybe he didn't know me. Turns out we're on the same team. So we have a meeting together where we have a project that we're presenting on, and he's talking to me because I have a contribution to this project. And guess what happens after the meeting? I see him in the hallway. Don't speak. This happened for months. And I, you know what? In comments, they should have told me to stop speaking. But sometimes when we're on the hallway, to me, it's kind of awkward. Like I need to speak. Like it's just like general courtesy. But he just would not speak to me. So I remember one day, so me and my roommate at the time, we went to go see Hamilton. And a coworker was like, you should ask him about it because he used to live in New York. He went to Broadway plays all the time. And I was like, all right, this is my moment. I went over there. I was like, hey, She was over there with him. She told me that you went to a lot of Broadway. This man had a whole conversation with me about these Broadway plays. I'm like, am I tripping?
Is it crack? Is it crack?
Is it cocaine? And so and then after that again, he never spoke to me outside of somebody else being there. And I really don't understand it. And
he's from New York?
He is, but no.
I mean, I don't make that excuse.
That's not, not speak. You just don't speak. Because he was friendly to everybody, and that's what made me feel like it was about me. I'm just like, what's the problem? So anyway, ever since I moved out the hood, I have always lived in majority white neighborhoods. That's just how it turned out, okay? Number one, because I don't have to explain to y'all why. The reason is they're in areas that I desire to be in. So, and I won't even see majority white. When I stayed in Sandy Springs, my subdivision was very, very, very diverse. But where I just bought a new home. And in my neighborhood, there was an older white lady who was walking her dog, and it's clear that I just moved in. This condo had been for sale for 2 months, so you know they knew nobody lived there. They saw me moving in, whatever the case is. So I see this lady and her dog, and we're both outside at the same time, and she's like a car away. So I speak, I was like, "Hey, good morning." She didn't say nothing to me, and this happens so freaking much.
Hold on, is she on this side?
Yes, you see her.
I just saw her when I got out.
Did she speak?
I didn't even speak to her because I felt I don't do that.
She didn't say nothing to me, and nobody owes me anything, right? But it is a such thing as common courtesy, and it just makes sense. It's like if somebody speak. I'm not about to ask you for $20. I'm not a renter, so I'm not the problem here. You get what I'm saying? So it just was, and that's no shade to the renters, but my neighborhood has an issue that we're maxed on renters. Like they don't want no more. They want us to ban renters. They don't, because people that rent tend to not care as much about the neighborhood. So that's why I even said that. But there have been so many occasions at my job, at old jobs, in general public, where I have spoken to white people and they don't say nothing, and then they're carrying on to people around them, and they're so friendly, and I can't help but think it's because I'm black. I don't know what else to think. Like what's the problem? And then it's so crazy because they'll see me interacting with other people, and then they want to jump in a conversation. Like, did I pass the test? Is that what it was? It doesn't make sense. And so then the other day, that same lady who I just referenced, who stays in my neighborhood, her dog came up to me, and then she was like, "Oh, welcome to the neighborhood." Don't save it. I
would have said, "Girl, suck my ass.
Suck your mother." But no, it's so freaking frustrating, man. And I hate it. I hate it so much. And it's these little micro-aggressions that happen. Not even micro, macro, heavy aggressions that happen that can be easily written off as, "Oh, I didn't know." But it's like, no, it was very intentional. Like, I know what you're doing.
Yeah. I can definitely agree with some things like that. I definitely was kind of blind. Not blind for real, but a lot of stuff I just overlooked because I worked at Mac for 5 years, and Mac has a motto of, what was it? All ages, all races, all sexes. So, of course, everybody that I worked with were different races, and we all just kind of clicked with each other. And we were nice, like everybody just spoke, and we had a lot of group projects where everybody were just interactive with each other. So it made me kind of open-minded to other people's races. Like I would definitely like ask questions.
Yeah.
What was rude? What wasn't rude? Like I remember one Halloween I dressed up as an Indian and
Native American.
There we go. Native American. And one of my coworkers had just like told me that she got offended by it. She's actually Indian, like from India, but she was just like, I'm not personally offended, but I am in a way, but I just want you to understand like what you're doing and why, because I don't want you to offend the wrong person. And I got it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I started getting way more sensitive about cultures and stuff like that. But anywho, I said that to say I ended up getting cool with one of my coworkers, and we became roommates. This roommate was white. Well, his friend was white. So we ended up being roommates for about, I would say 7 months, not even a full year. And I just started noticing a lot of things. And so this roommate, she started working with a particular music artist. And the music artist was just like going up at the time. Like they were doing ads and on the road, doing all types of stuff. And so she would like look down on, in my opinion, she was looking down on me because she would say it, but she would say it in like third person. But it's just like, who are you talking about?
What would she say?
So like she stopped getting booked for the girl because the artist realized that she was a shit person. So she stopped using her for real. So she started trying to get back in, being her clientele. And see, me at the time, my clientele was lit. So I would take all my clients at the house. And she would say stuff like, oh, people just book clients off of popularity these days. Because people's work don't even really be that good.
No, ma'am.
And my thing about it was, she used to do these dark, blocked off ass eyebrows. Everybody was pale. Like, she couldn't even really do makeup like that. But I would never just come and just be like, girl, your shit is trash.
Well,
you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't.
Now looking back.
I probably should have. But even still, what it's going to do for me?
Yeah, no, I feel you.
So, you know what I'm saying? Like, she would just throw shade like that. And after a while, I'm like, why does she not think I'm capable of doing it? Like, she would say stuff like, I thought it was racism. I thought it was homophobia, because she would say stuff like, oh, girls only want to go to men makeup artists. Like, just because she wasn't getting booked, she would say like,
everybody else is the problem.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And she does this thing where like her previous roommates, they all came to me and were just telling me like what she did, and like how after she left she made up all these lies and blah blah blah. So in my head, I don't know what made me exempt from it, but I moved out because of her. She ended up doing some bullshit, like she ended up meeting a guy from online, from Tinder. And within a week and a half, 2 weeks, she got pregnant by him.
Oh, boy.
Of course, he's a black guy. And further down the road, I found out they both were using drugs. So I'm like, oh, it kind of makes sense. So she stopped paying her bills. Like she would make me pay. She ended up moving him in, and she would make me pay like half of the bills when it should have been split three ways because we had a extra person in there, and I didn't think that was fair. So that's when I started, making my way out of there, because I'm like, oh yeah, no, I'm not about to do this. Yeah. So then she just stopped like working, and he really didn't have a job like that. Well, he was doing like whatever, but she was just like, they don't know if they're gonna be able to pay their part of the rent. So I probably should find somewhere to go. So I'm like, oh, cool. You ain't saying none but a word.
Yeah.
So when I moved out, keep in mind, like, she would ask me for the same amount of money every month for like bills and utilities and stuff, because they were all in her name. And so I would give it to her like every month. I never asked no questions. I never asked to see a bill. So when I left, I moved into my place. I had got a house, moved in. Second week I moved in, she called my phone and she's like, hey, like trying to check on me and stuff. So I talked to her. And then she was like, so the lights are off at the apartment and I'm trying to sublease it.
Not sublease.
I was trying to like have somebody move in and I have to get the lights on. I'm like, how is the lights off though? Right. Like how much? She was like, well, basically what I'm trying to say is I was asking if you feel it in your heart to give money for the light bill.
That you're not living under.
That I pay every month on time. So she was like, well, pay her. So I'm like, well, how much is the light bill? She was like $550.
No, ma'am.
So I'm like, so you just ain't never paid the light bill.
Are you trying to sublease this place?
So you never paid the light bill. Do you not know? After I told her, I said, well, I paid you on time every month. Like even when I only had like $20 left in my account.
Yeah.
I gave you that money. Like, because I never want nobody to be like, oh, this motherfucker owe me money, blah, blah, blah. She did it anyway. She went around, like, after that, we fell out because of that. Like, she stopped talking to me because of that. But she didn't want to act like she was mad. But she started, like, telling people that I owe her money for the light bill. I'm like, okay, whatever. So, anywho, keep going down the line. Like, a year later after that, I ended up gaining that client that she lost, that she was on the road with. And she spazzed. She told everybody I went behind her back and got that client, which was not true. I mean, obviously, I work in the industry already. People have word of mouth, and some people have the same manager, same stylist. Yeah, and it just happened that way. But I ended up working with the artist often, and she got so mad. She was trying to tarnish my name, saying I owe her money, that I was doing this and that. And I feel like she was saying that to try to basically tear me down, and she probably felt like since she was white that people was gonna believe her.
Trying to play victim.
And what's crazy is all her friends, they turned on her. I don't want to say they necessarily turned on her, but I ran into one of her friends at this little event, and I didn't even want to speak to her friend because I'm just like, I don't even want you to tell this how you seen me. But she was just like, I don't really talk to her no more. It's just, I understand what she did to you, and that was fucked up. And it was just kind of shocking to me to just see that her friends noted that she do this type of shit.
Yeah.
But, it's good to see they're not cool with her no more because of that. But it's just crazy, like, the fact that I felt like she was doing, I took that kind of person that she did that shit trying to, like, make herself look like she was the victim just because she white. And I don't understand that shit. Like, what the fuck? I'm sorry for getting too aggressive.
Let it out, Draco.
I don't understand why white people, especially white women, feel the need to just, like, they play that victim role.
Let me tell you, I know a crazy
I don't
story.
like that.
Yeah, no, so there was a situation at a previous job where I was on this committee, a volunteer committee at that, something I just did extracurricular to, like, enhance, like, employee morale, I'll say. And my counterpart, who had the same equivalent role as me, was a white woman. And she used to, like low-key try to push all the responsibilities on me. And before I joined, it was a bunch of them, and they worked very cohesively. But over time, she would start, like, putting stuff like, hey, Uhhlicia, can you do... We'll have a plan, like, okay, I'm going to do this, you do this, you do this. The night of, hey, Uhhlicia, I'm not going to be there at all today. So can you stop by this place, pick up the food? Can you stop by this and do that? Oh, and I don't have the company card, so can you swipe your card and get reimbursement? And the first time it happened, I legitimately thought something was happening because she told me her child was sick. And then more things would happen over time to where I'm basically throwing all these events at my job. Now, granted, thank you for the points on my credit card because I did get reimbursed. So I got some cashback rewards. But it got to the point where she was not doing nothing. And it was happening so slowly. So, to me, and I did feel a little fishy the second time, but I didn't know enough about her to assume negative intent because she had been in this role for so long. And so another sister came to me and was like, such and such, I hope you know she's using you. And I'm like, you know what? Not to sound naive, I felt it. You know what I'm saying? Like, trying to explain to her, like, she was like, yeah, and she was bad mouthing you. So to add a little clarity, the very first time I met this lady, when I moved into this committee, we had a meeting, right? The third person that we were meeting with couldn't make it because she was stuck in another meeting. And so I had another meeting to go to at this point. So basically there was a 12 o'clock meeting. The person was late. It was now 12:30 and I have another meeting to go to. So I can't stick around because I have to go to my other meeting. And so I leave for my other meeting. No, that's not what happened. I'm sorry, y'all. She was like, hey, just go ahead and go and I'll let such and such know, whatever case. I'm like, okay, cool. Thank you so much. So then later on, a sister, a black woman, came to me and was like, I hope this is what I need you to do. Be careful of this one. She wrote her name down on a piece of paper. She was like, be careful of this one right here. She was like, she tried to throw you on the bus today, and I had to step in. So basically, what she told the third person that was missing was that Uhhlicia said she didn't want to stick around any longer. She had better things to do. Excuse me? I beg your pardon.
What?
And then at the time when the black lady told me this, I didn't really know her that well, so I feel like it was some. Sometimes work gossip starts accumulating, and I didn't want to be affiliated with that, so I'm like, I'm just gonna make my own opinion on this situation. Anyway, long story short, it just basically came out that she was doing this to everybody. So, black women. It was like at this point, I had 6 black women she don't recruited to be on this team, and she ain't did nothing the whole year.
Oh my God!
I swear to God, and it sucks because it's like, again, I want to chalk this up to her being a crappy person, but maybe it is about race. Maybe she don't think we, are professional, or she wants to take advantage because maybe she think we weak. I don't know, but before the black women joined the team, it was not like that at all. And I'm listen, I ain't with it.
And I hate the fact, and I hate feeling like it's like a gamble if you call something out about it, because it's like you don't know if
they in cahoots.
Yeah,
you don't know. They're not gonna believe you. It's yes.
It's fucked up.
You go to HR about it, and they're like, "Well, Uhhlicia, maybe." No, ain't no maybe. This is what's happening, and now I'm getting angry about it, and now you getting scared, and now I'm the aggressor. Now I'm missing out on promotions, on raises, on other opportunities. I'm getting left out on emails because I'm voicing my opinion about an experience that I'm having, and you're supposed to be the neutral person in the organization, and you're not even seeing my side. It's like. Yeah. That's a fact, and it's been a lot of things that I've experienced at work where I'm just like, it's not even worth mentioning. And they love to say open door policy, inclusivity, or it's sensitivity training, and blah, we're not biased, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you are. Because if I sit here and if I say, it's just too much. I don't like it. I don't like it. It's not cool, and it just makes me so uncomfortable. And that's why I used to always say I want to work with more black people, but. Truth be told, in certain areas of business, there's not a lot of black people, especially in tech. So it's kind of like, well, what you gonna do? I mean, I can go out and recruit some more, but how I'm gonna do that? You know what I'm saying?
It's just weird. It's just yes, we just got some light, y'all.
No, it's really freaking frustrating, man. And I see it so much. I mean, I'll never forget when I first joined a previous, not my current job, but a previous employer. And this girl, we all went out on a team event. We had got lunch, and one of the girls was like, "So Uhhlicia, where are you from?" I was like, "Atlanta." "Oh, but where do you live?" And I told her a Sandy Springs. She was like, "Really?" I'm like, "Excuse me." Now you wanted me to say the projects, but little do you know, my projects got shut down. But it was just like, and then it was one of them things where
girl, that would make me
listen. Have you ever felt like somebody was staring at you? Before she ever asked me a question, she was staring at me the whole time we were having a conversation. It's like she was sizing me up, and she wasn't expecting me to say nothing. Like, and mind you, we're in the same position, we're in the same level.
That's why she was feeling like that, because in her head, she be looking like she probably was thinking in her head like, "How are you in this position?
Like
how
did Obama pick you?" I mean, I felt, and it was so awkward, and I wasn't even bragging, saying I live in the same spirit. I really did, but it's so funny because at this time, this girl, and she probably still was living with her parents, was complaining about her job. Mind you, I'm owning my property, and it ain't even about status in that aspect. But whatever her preconceived notion about me was not accurate, and it's just so freaking crazy. And it's like, and I remember I had to explain to some coworkers before just about biases. Like, this was when the Kylie Browder documentary came out, and they were just like, why would someone go to prison and say they were guilty for something they didn't do? And I had to explain the whole, like, the justice system and how it works, because they'll probably never have to deal with it. And they were just like confused. I'm just like, okay, get me out of here. That's why I don't even feel comfortable with those kind of conversations and those topics, because it's just, to me, it's frustrating because I'm not going to be the spokesperson for the whole community. I will try my best to share my knowledge, but some people are just so far off. And I get it, we live completely different lives, but it's just kind of tough when they're not even trying to understand. They're just like, no, that doesn't make sense. Yeah. No, okay, sis. Gotcha.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's sad to say though. I have been treated like that, and I'm fortunate enough to say that I haven't had many interactions with white people where they've treated me like that, like especially in my workspace. But black women do that to me too, though.
Yeah,
in what ways? No shade. They size me up about my experience in the industry because of how I look. A lot of makeup artists are very, like, working at MAC. Everybody working at MAC has a look. So pretty much it's like black, chic, kind of, you still have your own individual style, but it's very like
Apple, we were all like hippies.
Exactly.
Nerds.
Me, on the other hand, I come to work with you know, what I come to work with and with on. And I dress how I dress. Like sometimes I wear platforms, sometimes I wear Jordans, sometimes I wear Nike slides or these slides or something like that. But I just do what I want to do because at the end of the day I work for myself, regardless of what company that I work for, because they don't give us a dress code.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So when I come in there and I have like certain things on, like chains on my pants and spike boots on or rings or something like that, I would think that it would be accepted because I work in the community of artists. So they're looking at me like, oh, that's individuality. But if I work on like a set that's by Paramount instead of Big Fish, which is what VH1, you know, those VH1 shows, they look down on me. First of all, because I'm young and they're trying to figure out why I'm there, who brought me there, how I get on, what other show, what other projects have you worked on?
And now they gotta try to approve it. Like, oh, okay, yeah, you pay. That's so crazy to me.
Do me down there all the time, and don't let me say that I've worked on a VH1 show. Like they won't look down on Housewives. Like if I say I work on Housewives, they'll be like, oh, okay. But let me say I worked on Love and Hip Hop.
When it's a job, it's literally a job. It's not like you're a cast member.
Here's the thing. They do that, and then they get to know me, and by the end of that project, they're asking me how can they get hired on Love and Hip Hop. Every time. Every single time. I promise you. Every single time. That's why I don't they ask me every time, and it's because we have one of the longest productions. Like, movies take about like 2 months to do. A lot of reality shows, max 4 months, unless they have to do pickup scenes and green screens. It'll be like 4 months. Love and Hip Hop films for 10 months.
Oh, wow.
So we be having a job during the summertime, and they don't. So it's just like, y'all over here looking down on, and you don't know what type of opportunities you can build on that. Even though I'm new over there, I'm very cool with the agency owner. You know what I'm saying? I brought on 2 extra people. I brought my friends on there.
Yeah. You know, it's funny that I can understand that because I know this is something I face. Especially recently, I had an interview with a big tech company, and I know I'm ghetto. I know it, and I'm okay with that.
Oh, that too. It's because I'm from the hood. They can hear it when I talk.
They be so shocked that I be doing certain stuff. People have literally been like, acting like, how you get that? What that supposed to mean?
Yeah.
You, girl, if you don't keep ringing out them French fries. But no, I get it I'm not gonna say all the time. I get it a lot of people who don't really know me like that. That with people that I know but don't really know. Like my friends and stuff, they know like how I hustle. But people be so shocked that somebody as hood as myself work in some of the environments that I worked in. Especially this last one. Oh, that effed them up. Yeah. They was just like, well, put me on. We can't, sweetie. We don't have the same experience.
And that's why a lot of these people, I don't allow them to follow my social media because my social media account is my personal and my business one combined. I don't feel the need to separate it because I think that a lot of people, they fuck with me because who I am. Like, I don't censor myself. I make sure that I'm very open just because I don't want to have to walk on eggshells with people. Like, I don't want to have to censor myself to the public. I'm
definitely an eggshell walker. I need to get out of there, though, for sure.
Because I feel like at the end of the day, when I meet you and then when it's time for me to be me outside of work, I don't want you to be surprised.
Oh, yeah, true.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I want you to know what you're going to get all the time. Like, at work, I'm going to be professional, but I have scaled back on posting me going out. Like, if I go to the club or go to a party or a bar, I always post it on my close friends or I refrain from posting it on my page because people use that against you, too.
What, did you go out?
I'll come to work and they'll be like, oh, why are you looking like that? Are you hungover? I'm like, no.
That's so lame. Let me tell you something.
Are you hungover? Oh my gosh, did you have fun last night at opera? I'm like.
Anybody who I've ever worked with can say, I will never bring up nothing personal at work. It just doesn't make sense. There was a time at a job where I left for a long time because I had a bunch of meetings back to back to back. And then somebody was like, where you was at? In front of managers. It's like, at a meeting? Like, what the freak? God forbid I just went to a quick funeral. Or something. I know that's dramatic. But it's like, does it even matter? It's just so weird to me. But you're right though, they started thinking you friends and stuff. And I do tend to make friends at work. But
I don't mind that, but just don't be trying to clock me. Don't get it
like mind your business.
I don't like that. That's one of my biggest,
to lie for you in the future.
That's one of my biggest pet peeves. Like, try to get to know me first before you sitting there trying to just scale me from Instagram just because you think I got a lot of followers and shit like that. Like, in the end, another thing, whatever, that's a whole nother subject I'll get on later, but
It's just a sense of entitlement. I think this whole theme that we just discussed is just entitlement, and it's just like people. Nobody owes you any. Well, let me be clear on how I say this. You don't own the road. You don't own the word hello. You barely own the dog you're walking. You don't own my work experience. You most definitely don't own me. Don't ever quit. Let me tell you something. I'm proud of my little hood girl persona, but I'm very proud of my intellect. Don't ever get the two confused, okay? Because I can clearly see that. And people, let's not start talking numbers now.
Right. Oh yeah, I be trying to tell people that, and I guess it's because of they feel like I'm hood. Oh, I get. They think
you're not smart. Like they associate you with not being smart.
I get so much shade from makeup artists because of the type of clients that I have. Like even certain photographers and stuff, they'll say something to the extent of like, we work on, when you're over here, this ain't really, your little hood clients or something like that.
God.
But I'm like, realistically,
you wish you worked for them.
Not only that, my hood clients are the reason why people are trying to do the stuff they're doing, because realistically, the Kardashians trying to be like them.
Period.
Everybody in the industry, for real, that's young are trying to have that style, and they're making money off of it, and they probably paying me 4 or 5 times the amount that you make.
That is so crazy. Let me
like people
something.
Judge that all the time, and I always tell people, I'm like, my goal in my field is to just be well rounded. This is why none of my work really looks the same. You don't know if you're gonna get some editorial shit, you're gonna get some hood shit, you're gonna get some Model-S shit. You gonna get some.
Come on, Model-S.
You gonna get some doctors on my page.
Period.
You gonna get some lawyers. You gonna get, and it's just because I don't want to feel like I cater to one woman.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Old, young, teenager, stripper.
That is so
politician.
Crazy.
I wanna cater to all those people, and I wanna also be creative.
As you should, and they probably ain't even thought about that. That's the crazy thing about it. For me, it's just like, you don't even know me. Just leave me alone. Because I promise you, my stuff is together over here. That's a fact.
They be like, oh yeah, I don't be liking blah blah blah. Then they'll go look at my work and like, oh, you do this type of stuff. So I'm like, yeah, I do.
Yeah, exactly. And so what if you don't like it? You not liking it, you gonna block your blessings. So no.
Do you do this type of stuff?
No.
And
suck your mother.
Yeah, I can't idea. Okay.
Oh Jesus, I don't like it, man. I honestly, as much as I hate it, it does feel good when people's mouth hit the floor. They be like, yeah, about that. I literally have had people ask me how I got the job I got.
I work for it.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not about I actually qualify. Like I did the work. Like I'm sorry that I wasn't spending my time telling people I do data entry.
Period. And sorry, not sorry that I worked almost 10 years to get where I'm at, what I'm doing, to know the stuff that I know, and I ain't just get stuff passed to me overnight on social media, and then when I get the job, I don't know how to do it.
No shortcuts. With some hustlers.
Periana Sequana.
Not Periana Sequana.
Hustlers. We out here working for it. So whenever you see me doing my stuff, just know I work for it. Ain't nothing handed to me, poo.
No, that's a fact. I literally got out the mud. They had to mop it up too.
So yeah,
you did. Just had to brag a little bit, but no, it's really frustrating.
I've learned to stop being humble a long time ago. Sorry, I mean I am.
I never want to look like a bragger, but sometimes I do feel like I gotta
lay it out. You gotta put it on tape. You gotta put your resume on tape and let the girls know what's going on.
My resume do numbers. Check the account.
Periana Sequana Equana.
Daughter.
Deviana
Periana daughter. But yeah, honey, please just don't count nobody's pocket and don't assume, because the ones you think is the most polished and put together is the ones who you don't want to be like. Anyway.
So yeah. Anywho, what you got coming up going on?
Man, honestly, I don't even know.
Same. I was just playing. I got my vacations coming up. That's all. I was just working vacation.
I was supposed to be going to Disney World in a couple of weeks, but due to the fact I started a new job.
Yeah. I'm kind of Escape is got some stuff coming up. They sent me some emails last night that we have a meeting coming up because they got a new maybe there's too much information to be sharing. That's not true. Anywho, they got a new policy. We got meetings coming up, period. Let me just say that. I ain't gonna go too far into detail, but I will be working a lot more soon with them, which is exciting because I love traveling. And I'm going to be traveling on my own. I'm trying to figure out somewhere I want to go for my birthday. I did say Aruba, but every time I say that, everybody's saying that it sounds boring.
What are they trying to do?
They're just saying that it's not really too much to do out there.
I mean, that's true.
So I'm like, you might be
they
right,
got
but what else?
Flamingo Island, though. I think that's so cool.
I want to try Cabo, maybe.
San Lucas.
So,
I mean, what you can do at Cabo is what you can. All right, I feel you though.
I said the same thing.
Listen, don't listen to them weirdos. They're the same ones who will tell me not to go to Iceland, and it's still the best.
I was actually looking that up recently
you
too.
Should. Iceland is amazing. It's phenomenal.
So,
all right, y'all. Stop being entitled and mind your business.
And stop being so.
It's one
pussies.
thing to be inquisitive, but it's another thing to be trying to be condescending, and I ain't with it.
That's the word, condescending. Wow.
Yeah.
Suck my ass, daughter.
Suck your mother.
Oh.
See you next week.
Bye, y'all.